Hi everyone, Janie here. Welcome back to my garden. Okay, so yesterday we had a terrible rain and wind storm. It's just, we just seem to get storms like this in January and February. And that's the tough thing about California is we get no rain, and then we get all of our rain at once. And so it's really, really hard for the ground to soak in all the water that it needs to soak in. And man, yesterday was rough. It was just really, really persistent rain and then wind. Jason and I, by mid-afternoon, we were eyeing the trees, our new trees that we planted, and the fence and everything. Luckily, everything was fine. Excuse the geese. The one thing that did, a couple things happened, but this fell over and broke my climbing rose, my Crown Princess Margareta climbing rose. Not a big deal. It'll grow back and everything. So I just got to set these pots up. And then I did notice, I've talked about this before, but I did notice a couple areas where drainage is kind of an issue in my garden. So there was two spots where I noticed the drainage was bad. And what I mean by that is there was just a lot of pooling water. And it was this spot right here. Oh, what happened here? This spot right here was all covered with water, but you can see that it's drained enough. So I don't know. I'm not too worried about it right now. I don't think it's going to be too much of an issue, but a bigger issue is this spot over here in the back corner. And I've known that this area was an issue because I've seen it get a puddle before, but gosh, it was really bad this time. It was like all around here was a complete puddle of water. I wish I ran out here to get a video of it, but of course I didn't want to get absolutely soaked. So the problem with that is it's going to start eroding my garden bed over here on this side if I don't do anything like a rock border or anything like that. And then it's going to start messing with my pathway right here because it was pretty deep, you know? So my plan was to install an area drain here. So that would just be like a little drain right here that's connected to a pipe. The pipe is underground. And then we take the pipe out underneath the fence to the other side where we have the drainage ditch right by the road. And I was kind of putting that off and saying like, oh, I don't need to address it right now. But I think I do because I'm thinking about it. And this year we're not putting this pathway in. There's going to be a pathway all along the willow tree garden bed all the way around there. It'd be smart of me to do it before we put the pathway in and before I plant anything else. And so it's just more of that stuff that like, it's not fun. It's not the fun stuff, but it's something that I definitely need to do. And yesterday's rainstorm was a very, very strong reminder of that. So I think that task is getting bumped up on my to-do list. But on a positive note over here, the dry creek bed did exactly as it was supposed to do. So this kind of whole area right here is our leach field. We have a septic tank underneath there and then a leach field, and leach fields do not absorb water very well. And that's one of the reasons why we decided to put a dry creek bed there, because it actually gives the water, when there's a massive rainstorm like that, it actually gives the water a place to go and sit while it's draining down. And I did not see a single puddle above the rocks, which is just very exciting because this used to be one of the main places that we would get puddles and we would get kind of like standing water and stuff like that. This guy is doing exactly what it's meant to do. So back over to the secret garden, I'll tell you all what my plan is for today. So over here on the north side of my house is what I am calling my secret shade garden. And I just noticed, look at all the buds. Oh my goodness, that's really exciting. So this is called evergreen clematis or clematis armandii. It's a very, very early bloomer, and when it blooms, oh my gosh, it smells absolutely heaven. Oh, that's really exciting to see. Okay, so my goal for this secret shade garden is to enclose it like a room. So basically these arches, these metal arches and these panels right here, we set them up so that this evergreen clematis can grow on it, and it can eventually be like the wall is how we're working it. I have a lot of questions of where I got these arches and these panels. Just at my local garden center. Just search welded wire trellis and see if any of your local garden centers come up. They're pretty common to find. So anyway, as we were coming in here, my friend Michael Glassman, we were talking about this area and the complete lack of evergreen winter interest. There's just absolutely 0.0 winter interest. And so he gave me some really good ideas, and I really do think he's right. I was kind of trying to do my own thing and have like grasses here on either side of the fountain and have a bunch of annuals here, but he's right. I got to put some winter interest in. So because this whole area is kind of an enclosed room and it's completely separate, I can make this area different as compared to what the rest of my garden looks like. So the goal for the rest of my garden is to have a very casual look in the garden. That's my favorite style, how it looks, where everything looks like it's just almost at the point of being overgrown. Lots of grasses, lots of like almost overplanted, lots of flowers. To me, that is what I find the most beautiful. It's very similar to how I planted up my last property. And that is gorgeous. And I was trying to bring it into the secret garden as well. But Michael Glassman made a good point. I have a special opportunity in this secret garden because all 4 walls are enclosed, and so it kind of makes it fun to have its own little theme or something like that. And so what I want to do is I want this area to be a lot more formal, where with, you know, topiaries and hedges and things like that, and that is going to give me the winter interest that I need. I was going back and forth on what to do with this, but now that I've gone through a winter and I see there's like absolutely nothing here, I realize that I do have to add some winter interest to this area. So my plan for today, I'm going to head to the garden center and I'm going to see if I can find at least 2 topiaries to go on either side of the fountain right here, and then 4 more, maybe some thuyas, to go in each 4 corners. Sorry about the spin, right here and right here, just to kind of start off this room. And then on the fence, I'm going to have some more wire panels. Then I'm going to grow some evergreen vines up, probably some more star jasmine, but that'll just give this room a little bit more of a secret garden feel, which is exactly what I'm trying to do because I named it Secret Garden. So anyway, let's head to the plant store. Okay, I had to stop real quick to get gas. I think what I'm going to do is head to a Lowe's that's fairly close to my house, just in the next town over. I haven't been there. I don't think I went there all last year. I can't remember, but they usually have pretty good topiaries and vining plants. So I think I'll check them out first. And then if I don't find anything really good there, then I will head to Green Acres, which is like the big garden center near me. They have like 7 locations. I normally go to one location called Elk Grove, but I think if I don't find anything at Lowe's, I will head to Roseville, which is their biggest location. Just let me know my plans after getting gas. All right, so here we are. I always park in front of the garden center and not the main area because I'm only here for the garden center. So let's see what we can find. Perfectly good heuchera. Perfectly good. On sale. How much is it? $7. Whew, tempted. And then geraniums. They're just out of bloom. That's it. How much are the geraniums? $4 each. Tempting. There's nothing wrong with these. Okay, so here's the topiaries. The beautiful icy blue podocarpus. I love these. They are gorgeous, but I haven't really seen them in topiary form. Maybe they might be good for the four corners, but I think I'm looking more like at this type. This is a mint julep juniper. Very pretty. I don't know if you guys can see that with the sun. Here's green giant arborvitae. Mountain pepper. Huh. Never heard of it. Big. Look at that. 12 feet tall. Oh my gosh. Okay, and here's some of their vining plants. They've got some really pretty creeping figs. Really, really pretty. And then, of course, star jasmine. Beautiful Yuletide camellia. Look at this. This is not climbing, obviously, but beautiful Chinese fringe flower. All right, close, but not quite. I think I can find better stuff at an actual garden center. I know, yes, this is an actual garden center, but maybe not a big box store garden center. So let's head to Green Acres. All right, we're at stop number 2. Hopefully I can find some good stuff here at Green Acres. Okay, I see a good option already. Emerald arborvitae. I have 3 of these by my metal workshop, and they're only $37. Good price, and they're pretty. And for those of you who live somewhat local, you can see purple lilac vine is out. Oh, this is just the prettiest plant for blooming in February. It's so gorgeous. Okay, I was talking about a garden center. This is a garden center. This just feeds my soul. What did I come here for? I totally forgot already. Oh my goodness, look what they have. White out lilac vine. Oh my gosh. You know I'm getting it. You know I'm getting it. Okay, so here's their vining plants all right here. Oh my goodness, you guys. Wow, I'm getting distracted, but look at this. Look at this. Isn't this gorgeous? Evergreen clematis. Mine just had buds this morning, but this one is already blooming. Oh, it's just stunning. It is so beautiful. Okay, let's see what else they have. They have the creeping fig right here, which is an option. Then they have pink bower vine, which is pretty, but is it evergreen? Semi-evergreen. So semi-evergreen means it will lose some of its leaves, and if it gets cold enough, it'll lose all its leaves. White bower vine, very pretty. Potato vine, pink jasmine, star jasmine, that's a good option. Hall's honeysuckle, that I actually think I know where I want those to go, by the front gate. Trumpet vine, blood red trumpet vine, lavender trumpet vine, that's neat. Cross vine. Oh, and I just noticed this pink jasmine's gonna start blooming soon. Oh man. Oh man. Okay, so here's what I got. Nothing that I had planned on originally getting. So first of all, I have the white lilac vine right here, which is just so fun to have it in white. I need to show you guys what the purple one looks like in my garden right now for my February blooming garden. It is just so beautiful. So I'm going to add that one to my collection. I got 2 of the Hollis japonica because I've been meaning to plant this up by the chain link fence by my front gate. I think that'll look really pretty on the chain link fence. And the soil is so incredibly poor there that I think this will be a good plant to be able to handle that soil. Hollis japonica is not invasive in my area, but it is in a lot of areas of the country. So just make sure to check. And then I had to grab this. I had to. February blooming garden for this year, right? Huh? Another plant that I definitely want to add to my collection, and I don't know, I mean, it's just kind of a hard plant. Does it count as a bloom or not? This is leucadendron. This is bracts at the tips, so this isn't actually a flower. They're bracts that are around the flower right there. But this time of year is when they start looking like that, and they look so pretty. These are really, really common in flower arranging, and I just think they're really interesting and really pretty. Okay, so here's the pyramid-shaped topiaries. Look at this one, though. This is called Janed Gold. Isn't that interesting? I don't know. I don't know if I like it or if it looks like it's dying or something. I don't know. No judgment. So here's the thuya. Again, I think I'm gonna get 4 of those. Those are gonna be the 4 that go in the corners. But I think on either side of the fountain, I want to do some ball topiaries like this, but I probably want it to be different than the thuyas. I don't want it to be a thuya. Let me see what else they have. So here's the topiaries over here. Ooh, so much to choose from. Okay, so I was looking at these privets right here. I thought they were really pretty. I already have poodle topiary privets in front of my office. I love it. It's beautiful. I do need to get it out of that pot, so I could just buy one of these and plant it with the other one, but the problem is the other one, I don't know the size of it, so it'd be really hard to match it. But then I was looking over here, Holly Emerald Colonnade Poodle. I mean, that's kind of nice, right? It's like thin, it's like tall and tight. I don't know, I kind of like that. Or a spiral. Decisions. And this is not cheap, so I don't want to make a rash decision on what I want. There's also one of my favorites, Wichita Blue Juniper. That would be really pretty as a contrast to like the privet or to the holly. But I don't think that's what the look I want for the secret garden. I think I want the secret garden to be like really lush and green and stuff like that. Although, I love blue. Then another option for some evergreen structure is a dwarf Italian cypress. Not these guys. These guys get 60 feet tall. These only get 35 feet tall. But the thing that I never really thought about these guys is I don't like the look when they're like super, super tall, like the really, really big ones. And even at 35 feet, this is pretty tall. However, they are such slow growers. And this is how Isley Tree Nursery thinks about it, is that plants like this will just continue to grow their whole life. So you let them grow. And then once they get to the point that they're too tall for you, you just start over. It's kind of a bummer, but it's part of having a plant that you like. It's going to be there for like 30 years in the size that you want until it gets just a little bit too tall. Obviously the same for the regular Italian cypress, but a dwarf Italian is going to grow a little bit slower. So that's definitely an option, but I do think I don't want that in the secret garden. I think I want that like in the center island or something like that, like a couple of those. I think that will be really pretty. All right, I think I've made my decision. I think I'm gonna go with the holly. 2 of the hollies and then 4 of the thuyas. I need a bigger cart. Okay, so how's that for some evergreen interest, huh? So the honeysuckle is what they call semi-evergreen. Like I said, it maintains leaves, but it doesn't have that lush, beautiful look all season long. The white lilac vine is kind of the same way. It's considered an evergreen, but I would consider it semi. Obviously the thuya are evergreen, and then the holly are evergreen. Okay, it is time for me to go and stop spending money. I think I spent my February and my March budget today already. So time to go home. And hopefully I can fit all this in my truck. I should be able to. It shouldn't be a problem. So anyway, hopefully I'll get this in the ground. Depending on the weather, it might be a little rainy tomorrow, but I think I can get out in the garden in the morning. I'll probably plant it tomorrow, or if not, the next day. I hope you all enjoyed this, and I hope you all have a chance to get in your garden today.